Mary doing? How is Yana doing? ¿Cómo se la están pasando todos, guys? Puro pinche tuchen, las chismosas representing las primas, guys. How is everybody doing? I hope everybody loves my tattoo eyebrows. I am officially a peacock, so una moreno, guys, because I got my tattoo eyebrows done by my suegrita. This one's a little bit longer than the other one, guys, pero así quedaron mis pinches eyebrows. Me parezco igualitita que las peacocks. Bien ojete, guys. Bien ojete. I know, guys, we got a lot to talk to. Les tengo un pinche chismazo y todo el pinche pedo. But we're going to wait a couple of y'all to come in and join us. Hey, Diana. Hey, Mary. Hey, Dianita. Hello, hello, hello to everyone. Hello, Sorita Wasiada. Hello, Linda Ledesma. Hello, Abby. ¿Cómo estás, girl? Sas. Hello. Brandon Lara, Daddy, Baby Bob, Baby Doll. How you doing, guys? Igualitita. Hello. Hello to Mary. Hello, Juanita. Hello, Rose. Hello, Rubio. Oh my God, Nacaranda Moreno. Cállate, perra desgraciada. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Lupe. Hello, Chelita. Hello, Kicker the Cooters. Hello, Rebecca. How is everybody doing, guys? Vamos a empezar el pinche show, guys. I heard. Hello, Melinda. That was a thumbs up on the video. Thank you. I heard que la wasiada de mi suegra was talking shit about me. She made a live today, guys. She made a live about me, la wasiadona. So le quiero responder para atrás a mi suegra. We're going to talk shit right now. Y le voy a decir sus verdades. She said that I won't be able to have kids. También dijo la marrana mantecosa. Pero los que tuviste tú pues ni en cuenta. What you had creatures. You had some weird ass hermaphrodites and some retardeds. And you had an incomplete woman. You had a lesbo. And the way you claim that I won't be able to have kids, well, from the looks of it, I don't think you'll ever be a grandma either, baby girl, baby doll, because obviously the hermaphrodite won't be able to fertilize anyone. The two wasiaos, those are two lost causes. The lesbian, obviously, we all know she won't be able to get DICK, some dick. You know what I'm saying, baby girl, baby doll? So, you should have just swallowed all that shit. You know what I'm saying, girl? So, Arita, you should have just swallowed what you gave birth to, because it's just some creature, some weird ass shit from some other different part of the world, maybe from like Mars, different part of the planets out there, that you brought some weird ass motherfuckers to this earth, like John Allen told me, and John Allen says you carry the gene of retardation, Suegrita, and you gave birth to retardeds, and that is not my fault. That's what you gave birth to, and you should have just swallowed it. After the first hermaphrodite you had, common sense, you had a higher risk of having some wasiados, and you still decided to give birth because you saw a disability check. The last three childs you had, you should have just swallowed them. It would have been a lot better. You know what I'm saying? The community of Raymondville would have been a lot greater environment, a lot better environment. So, sas, culera, y toma tu lechita. Ay, no, que veo caso, guys. Qué bello caso que mi suegra anda hablando de uno. Y lo que tiene en la casa, ay, no, puro pinche ojete. Hey, Laura, ¿cómo estás, girl? Puro pinche ojete, o sea, puro pinche guácala, guys. Puro pinche guácala, puro pinche cara de culo en esa casa. Y luego la marrana mantecosa sale hablando, por favor. I don't know what the hell you gave birth to. You have deformed kids. Tienes una que se parece a Freddy Krueger, y luego el otro wasiado, y luego la otra wasiada, y luego el otro que vende drogas, que está casado con Amanda Snacks. I mean, and then you want to call everybody bastardos cuando tus hijos son bastardos también. Marrana mantecosa, that goes for you. Tus hijos son bastardos también. Right? ¿Para qué te agüitas? Di que fuiste puta calentona, que te metiste con Mario Noriega, estando casado con Rick, y que andabas de calentona y que tuviste una pinche pendejía allí, y que tus hijos son bastardos. Dilo. Ruby, did you use a Sharpie for the eyebrows? No, they're tattooed, culero. They're fucking tattooed eyebrows. I went to the Moreno's Beauty Salon in Raymondville. It's right next to the junkyard, and my suegra did the eyebrows. Fucking meeting, guys. If you all don't have these fucking eyebrows, you're not in. It's a fashion statement 2022, guys. So, Ruby, you look different. I know, Francisco. I truly look like a Moreno now. I went over to my suegra's house, and I got my tattoos eyebrows. So if anybody wants tattoo eyebrows, you could go ahead and call and make the appointment with me. Right now we have a 2-for-1. So the lines are open, guys. If anybody would like to call in and get your appointment done, Shrek Moreno, pinche Danny, cállate los hocico, pinche perro desgraciado. The number to call in is 956-378-3073 to set up your appointments for the Moreno's Beauty Salon. My sororita's also doing some scamming in the beauty salon and a bunch of transactions that do not count towards the beauty salon, guys. So if anybody likes this lipstick, también we have it for sale. And it's the Angie, viene the North Korean. She brought, this is an import lipstick. We have it at $99. It is an import lipstick. Make sure you use the caca brown color for your brows. No, I couldn't, porque estoy caca brown, yo ruca, estoy bien negra. Entonces I could not use caca brown because you won't be able to see my dark, no se va a ver bien. You have to be a wasiada and have ugly eyebrows to be in the group. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Por eso me hice las eyebrows bien ojete, guys, because surely I had to be a moreno. And in order to be a moreno, you have to have tattoo eyebrows. Pero tenerlas todas chuecas bien ojete. You have to have fucking cross-eyed, bucked up eyebrows for reals, guys. I was figuring it out today, guys. Baby boy, baby doll, he's cross-eyed. He's cross-eyed, está turnio los ojos. I heard if I cock slap him, a lo mejor se le endereza los ojos, pero que está visco. Parece venadito, guys. Baby boy, baby doll, parece venadito, con los ojos medios turnios. I don't know if he's looking at me. I don't know if he's looking at the wall. I don't know if he's looking at the phone. I don't know what the hell he's doing, pero se va como en un pinche avión. And I was, baby boy, baby doll, what's wrong with your eyes, venadito? Ya hasta le voy a poner el pinche venadito porque está medio guaciadón con los ojos pinches, ojos turnios el güey. Y luego la otra, I don't want you to speak about my daughter. Sí, te duele que hablen de tu pinche hija, pendeja, pero cuando hablas de los hijos de alguien más, ahí no te duele. Ahí no se te tenta el corazón, pero ¿sabes qué? Voy a hablar de tu pinche hija. Tu hija le gusta el punani, salió igual que tú, que te gusta la pinche pata de vaca, culera. ¿Ah? Tu hija tiene las patillas peor que las mías, las de Ramón Ayala. Y tu hija es una pill popper. You said it yourself, que le gustan las pastillitas y que se le gustan drogarse. It runs in the Moreno. El otro marihuano no puede dar trabajo porque le gusta marihuanarse. Buffalo Bill. Ese es Crackhead. Y el otro es marihuano también, Baby Boy, Baby Doll. La otra pill popper. So, y la mamá guaina, la mamá borracha y puta. La mamá borracha y puta y puro pinche bastardito tuvo, es lo que tuvo. Puro pinche bastardito. It's true. No te vayas a enojar, perra. Don't blast me again tonight, porque, ay, no. Mucho pinche miedo, culera, que me hagas blast. Mucho pinche miedo, culera, que me hagas blast. Ya estamos iguales, culera. Ya estamos iguales, hija de tu chingada madre. Órale, perra. Ya estamos iguales, culera. Vámonos recio, perra. Ya estoy igual que mi suegra. No te tengo miedo, estúpida. No te tengo miedo. Cuando quieras, perra. Cuando quieras, estúpida, retardada. Cuando quieras. Mom, you better not be making fun of Concheta, Mom, because I'm going to get real mad, Mom. You better stop. You better stop, Mom, because Concheta is going to go live, and he's going to get real mad at you, Mom. And Concheta's going to say that you're a hoe, Mom, and everybody knows that you suck dick for $20, Mom. And it's not baby boy, baby doll. You all don't know who it is. It's a ghost. I'm a ghost. And I couldn't show my face live because my mom's going to get real mad. My mom's going to put me in the pickle jar, and she has me playing with the Ouija board, and I'm scared of playing with the Ouija board, guys. I don't want to play with the Ouija board anymore, but my mom makes me play with the Ouija board. Ay, no, qué feo caso. Ay, qué ojete se me miran las eyebrows without this shit on. Qué gacha me miró. Me miró bien gacha. De por sí que estoy fea y luego con las pinches eyebrows así. Ay, no. Yo ya no puedo, guys. Ya no puedo. Me miro bien ojete. Ay, no sé cómo le hace la pastora para ir para la pinche iglesia con esas pinches eyebrows bien ojete que tiene. Aparte que anda con la pinche brujería, doing her rituals with my suegra, you know what I'm saying? Ahí haciendo sus pinches cosas satánicas y luego con sus pinches eyebrows pendejas que se va para la iglesia la estúpida. Ay, no, cómo no se abre la pinche tierra y te traga, pinche pastora estúpida. Cómo no se traga la pinche tierra, culerita. But on a serious note, guys, we got to talk to the Peacocks right now real quick. I know she was talking shit about Carmen Escamilla. And I bring up Carmen Escamilla. And let me tell you why I bring up Carmen Escamilla, guys. Because Carmen Escamilla, my suegra dogged her today. Apparently she talked so much shit about her. But just remember how loyal she was to you. Just remember she fought shitloads of battles for you. And just because she decided to switch teams or decided to go to a different platform, that doesn't mean she's a bad person. That doesn't mean she's a scammer. That doesn't mean she did wrong to anybody. That means she figured out that you're the scammer, that you're the liar, that you're the one doing wrong to a lot of people. And if she's out there recruiting more peacocks or speaking to other peacocks with facts, she has every right to do it. It is not my fault that you're showing your true colors every fucking day. They're realizing the type of person that you are. It is not my responsibility to prove to anybody that you're a scammer because the peacocks themselves are seeing it themselves. See, this is what I don't understand. She says she lost her money, que se fue a trabajar. And you know what? I found out where she's working at. I found out where my suegra's working at. My suegra got a job limpiándole el culo a Wanganet. Anda de criada. Mi suegra anda de criada limpiándole el culo y la casa a Wanganet. Lo que no haces en tu pinche casa, clean your fucking house, suegrita. Now you're cleaning my Wanganet's fucking house y le estás limpiando el culo. Qué vergüenza, candil de la calle de oscuridad, tu casa, limpia tu pinche casa. Ahora andas levantándole la pinche verija y limpiándole el pinche UTI a la pinche Wanganet. Pero pues, what's the number to call in? The number to call in is 956-378-3073. And I'm going to ask everybody to respect, if Carmen decides to call in, guys, I'm going to ask everybody to respect and to hear her out. We have every right to hear her out. And we're not going to treat anybody like shit. If a peacock would call, we want to hear their side of the story. They have every right to call. And that's it, guys. Anybody is welcome to call. But let's hear what they have to say, right? And then we'll ask her other little questions. But it's 956-378-3073. But of course, guys, my suegra got a job working with Wanganet, limpiándole el chicloso, limpiándole la pinche verija, cleaning her house too. And I heard she got a second job. Her second job is working with la marrana mantecosa, limpiándole el culo también. Okay, we got our first caller coming in, and I think I got some eyeliner in my eye. Hello, hello.
Hi, Jaime. This is Carmen.
Hey, Carmen, ¿cómo estás, baby girl?
I'm very fine. Thank you. Thank you for letting me call in.
No, it's open lines. You could call whenever you want.
Okay, here we go. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. I am Carmen, and I am an ex-peacock. The reason why I'm not a peacock anymore was because I was thrown out of the peacock. How you get thrown out? By doing a lot of stuff. First of all, there was a rumor about me saying that I was scamming my Tupperware group, which was not true. And the first time that it came out with Ophelia's show.
Right.
The second time she did it again. And I talked to her on the phone and I asked her that what was the problem. And she told me that Ophelia Painter had sent her some messages about me talking about her.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked her to show me the receipt. And she told me no, that she wouldn't show them to me. And I told her, well, why not? I mean, you say you're always about receipts. Why can't you show me the receipt? And she said, I can't show them to you.
Right.
I said, okay. And she said, another thing is that you haven't been paying your dues. And I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know that I had to pay to watch the show when you already get paid. And she told me that I hadn't paid for 2 months and that I needed to pay and that a lot of the peacocks didn't like me in the group and that she had to throw me out.
Wow.
When I hung up the phone with her, I was still in the group. But in the conversation, she told me that if I was to find another name, I could come back, but I had to pay my dues.
So you're obligated as a peacock to pay every month, pretty much.
Right. That's what she told me.
So if a person is struggling and they live like on a set income, they can't pay, they get kicked out of the group.
Right.
So So
And
I remember at one point te enfermaste con COVID because I had
right,
overheard you were sick with COVID. You were struggling with your health. During that time, you didn't pay your dues, and she kicked you out. Instead of her being a supporting cast, she kicked you out. Correct?
correct. And so another thing is that if you don't pay your dues, you cannot be in the tombola. You know those are only for supporters.
Wow.
Okay,
So only
so
if you pay the $10 a month,
now
you
it's
you
$10, but at the time it was $5.
yeah. So she increased it because she lost support. Obviously,
Right,
she's trying to make up the money some way or another.
right,
And to me, I've always felt, Carmen, that I did apologize to you, and nobody knows that Carmen and I we talked on the side, and I apologize for some things that I said about her. I put my differences aside, and I've been showing her support, and I told her that maybe her and I we could sit one day and we could discuss about helping her build her business back with the Tupperware. Obviously,
good.
it was a miscommunication that it was in a malicious way that Ofelia Moreno went after her with false receipts.
Well, yeah, because like I said, it's like this, Jaime. I can sit here and say, hey, everybody, Jaime went and vandalized Ophelia's tombstone. Well, how do you know? Oh, my friend told me. My friend told me, and I'm gonna stick to that. That's gonna be the story, and I'm gonna make you look bad, Jaime, because it's something that I stuck to it.
Right,
Okay, so what happened was when I had COVID, I didn't deliver any merchandise for 2 months, almost 2 months. I was in it, right? And
right,
so when I came back, I told everybody I will send you all the merchandise as soon as I get back into, going out. So they said okay. Everybody's saying okay. So Filipino said okay. Everybody said okay. So when the time came for me to deliver everything, everything went out.
right,
There was nothing left. So a negationista turned around and said that she didn't receive her boxes.
right,
I had receipts of six boxes, big boxes that went out. She paid over $180 and nothing for delivery charges, right? So everything that she had ordered had gone out. Ophelia Painter, I sent everything to her. Even after that, I still sent Ophelia Painter more merchandise
right,
because she had ordered more stuff. And she kept telling me that, and they kept saying that she didn't get her stuff. I said, okay, well, tell me what's missing. And she said, well, we don't know because the boxes are in the garage.
hmm,
Okay, so how is she telling me things are missing and she doesn't know?
correct,
So Negaista stopped communicating completely with me, and Philip Painter was the one that was communicating with me all through this whole time. And I
right,
kept telling her, tell me what's missing so I can send it to her. She said, well, we don't know, and we don't know. Y nunca se salió that we don't know.
hmm,
So they turned around and said that I was, yeah, I mean, 600 and something dollars. I said, well, how if I send you all six big boxes? I've got the receipt.
hmm,
So a Filipino is going by her friend saying that she's missing the merchandise. That is where I'm coming and saying, you know what? Jaime went and vandalized the damn thing. And people are
right,
going to believe me because my friend said. But
hmm,
there's no proof. There was never any proof that I was a scammer.
right.
Okay, like I said, a Filipino got all her merchandise to the very end.
Right. So
I can
I
literally,
think that I think what happened is that my suegrita put you in a situation where she allowed people to have the benefit or to have doubts in you.
right.
And never stood up for you as an individual who has shown her support in a lot of ways.
I
You're
mean, I
one,
helped her. I helped her with the fundraiser for Sirena for her band and her trip.
right.
I gave her money. I would send her merchandise. I would pay. Ophelia Moreno would get free merchandise from me, just like the way Hopi sends her free merchandise.
Well,
Okay?
I remember. I don't know if you remember Didi Garcia. She would
Yes.
send her jewelry, a lot of jewelry,
Right.
and
Well, the whole thing is how we send her free merchandise is she advertises our business through her face.
wow,
Okay? But then it was me sending her free merchandise, plus I was paying the shipping. It was coming out too much, so I wasn't sending her so much. So she stopped advertising me.
right. Entonces tú no, you no estabas sacando tú. You were not getting nothing out of it because in reality you were giving out too much merchandise for free, and the profit wasn't there for you. And I'm going to tell you something. People are asking me to share your life for Tupperware. I'll share it. If anybody wants to go purchase, they have every right to go purchase. If they don't,
Right.
because I can't force them, but I will share your Tupperware page. I don't have an issue with that.
It's still a Damas de Tupperware. It's still the Las Damas de Tupperware. That's what we're called.
Okay.
And I will, thank you for that. But like I said, you can't go around accusing somebody without the receipt, without saying for sure I know that she scammed. You
Mm-hmm.
know, there is no thing. I cannot go around accusing you, Jaime, of something you didn't do
Right.
and saying basing it on a friend of mine that told me. I would never do that to you. Now, another thing is that we were giving her free merchandise. Everybody gives her free merchandise for her to advertise it. If you stop, everything stops, right? So, but she's going around saying that I'm the scammer. I've got something to say to her. Scamming is her. Because when you give her $100 for the tombolas and say do 4 tombolas, you don't go around keeping $5 from each person.
Also, in other words, she charges like a profit
Five
out of it.
dollars,
So
five
entonces,
dollars a tombola.
entonces you win $20, but she only gives you 15 and she keeps five.
No, you give her 25 and she gets $5 and you only get 20.
That's not right.
And
That's not
only
right.
because it's work. She calls it because it's her work. If it's her work, then she shouldn't be doing that shit.
Right. Entonces, imagine how she does it because I remember once when she said, "Oh, you know what? Let's help Jaime with the money that she sent me for my birthday." Right?
Mhm. Mhm.
She put her cash app out there and she collected money. All she did was send me $1, which is fine. She's not obligated to send me money. But I wonder how many peacocks sent her money directly that was supposed to send out to me. Esta mujer se sentó en el dinero. That's what she did.
Well, now I came in when they had the birthday club. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's when like when Jaime when Ophelia and Frank got into a fight.
Did
Okay,
you
that's when
did
I
you
came
ever
in.
give her your ID?
No, I didn't. The whole thing was that you were supposed to give her your ID that you could be your birthday club. You have to send her proof of your driver license or your ID. And I never did it. Okay? And because of that, I was never in the birthday club. I just had a birthday in July anyway. So you would have to send her your ID. And if not, then what happened was that too many people were sending her IDs and you didn't know if they were really peacocks or not. So she stopped the birthday club because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But all the information of the peacocks, she has them.
Wow. And do you think that's one of the main reasons some of these peacocks fear to leave the group?
A lot of people do. And a lot of people do because of retaliation that was due to me. But you know what? The only reason why I agreed to talk to you, Jaime, was to tell you the truth, clear my name.
Right.
Because she's lying.
And I'm
She's
giving you
saying
the
she's a scammer.
opportunity
She
to
is.
do it. I'm giving you the opportunity to do it because everybody should have the opportunity. I felt that when she kicked you to the curb and she didn't stand up for you, I felt that was wrong. And she hasn't not only done it to you, but she's done it to other peacocks porque there's no money coming in, and she sees you all as assets. She doesn't see you
Right,
as a friend. If you're
right.
gonna give her money, you're a great asset to her. But the minute you stop giving her, I don't need you anymore. And I think
When
that's wrong.
when she came up with the fundraiser for Tigana, I agreed to give her the whole percentage of what I was making to give it to her. There wasn't too much sales, but they were there, and I just sent her the money. And then again, like I said, we kept sending. I asked for her to come to San Antonio so she can meet the peacocks here with us.
Hmm.
We greeted her in San Antonio, and we were nice to her and everything. But I would have never had thought she was going to turn around and do this bullshit to me.
Right.
And there's a lot of peacocks out there, and I tell the peacocks, I tell them the truth. A lot of the peacocks are my friends, and I talk to them still. And that's what she said today. You cannot be friends with the peacock.
But
You
I don't
know,
understand. It's like my group right here. I don't. I never tell them to not go watch her because at the end of the day, we're all adults. If they want to go watch her,
exactly,
they're going to go watch her. I cannot tell them
exactly.
you cannot go watch her. I don't have a supporter group either. I don't do that. If you all help out, you all want to help out porque os quieren, not because they're obligated to do it. Because ahorita everything's so expensive. And a lot of these people live in fixed income. So, ¿cómo les voy a quitar yo a ustedes de la boca para yo tener? And that's wrong.
Well,
Mejor,
look what happened to Ram. She threw him to the curb because he's talking to you.
yeah, she
That was
threw
the whole
Ram to
thing
the
today.
curb, but Ram se ha portado muy bien conmigo. I mean, Ram and I,
Ram is a purpose person.
we talk, we associate. As a matter of fact, we had dinner 2 weeks ago here in Applebee's, and we kept it very discreet, but we did. And he's a very respectful person. And he comments here in my show, and I ask everybody to respect. Just the way when before you called in, I asked for respect too, because everybody deserves, like I said, an opportunity to clear their name up. And if people want to believe your story, great. If people don't want to believe it, ni modo. But I'm still giving you the opportunity to clear up your name. And like I said, I will share your Tupperware page. And if people want to buy Tupperware from you, it's up to them.
I appreciate it very much because, like I said, I lost everything when she started her bullshit. And today she did it again, and I said no more. This is it. And after you, I did that when I was talking to her the last time I talked to her. I told her that I would look at everybody's profile, but that I was not going to get in. I waited 4 months before I joined your group, and before I started talking to you.
Right.
And the only reason why I did it, Jaime, is because you speak the truth. I tell all the peacocks to listen to what Jaime's saying. He's talking the truth about Ophelia, and because of my experience, I know that you're talking the truth.
Right.
She has thrown all of us out. Ophelia Painter, you said Delia, everybody, me, everybody
Right.
said,
And even
you can't.
before you came into the picture, she had other people. And all those people she considered her friends once, que casualidad that she doesn't associate with them anymore. There's too many. I would understand maybe 3 or 4 people that dislike you and you have beef against them. But when you have like almost like 20, 30 people that once associated with you, it's a pattern. It's a pattern of hate. It's a pattern of dislike. It's a pattern of distrust. It's a pattern of a person who sees you as a number, doesn't see you as a friend, doesn't see you as a person, sees you as a number because she sees, okay, Carmen va a sacar esto y esto y esto. Let me see what I can get out of her. And I've promoted businesses on my page, and I don't expect anything from any of them because ¿cómo voy a quitarles a ustedes when you are small local businesses that are trying to grow, that are trying to do something positive and build their own revenue? Maybe in the future me quieren dar algo great, but not when you all are starting from the beginning. It doesn't work like that.
Well, I had it going, but she knocked it down for me. And the peacocks, I have a lot of peacocks that are friends, and I still tell them, but I want to reach out to the peacocks that I don't have as friends that do watch you, Jaime. I would like to tell them, listen to Jaime. Listen to
Thank
him.
you.
He's telling us the truth. He's telling us that if you don't give Ophelia what she wants, you're going to be out. Don't pay her the dues and see what happens to you. You will be
Right.
thrown out.
You're gonna get thrown out because to her it's all about money. If you don't
Right.
give her what she wants, you're not a
You're
friend.
not her benefit. You're not good, no good to her.
Right.
And that's
And
the
I'm
reason.
sorry you went through this, Carmen, and it took a while for you to realize what the hell was going on. And I do apologize for my behalf if I was very disrespectful to you at one point. But it was just that I was trying to get the message across one way or another. I'm not perfect. I made mistakes throughout my life. I accept my mistakes, I accept my flaws, and I apologize to you as an individual that has done mistakes. And if down the line you made mistakes or whatever, you lost track, ni modo.
I
I
don't.
mean,
This is what I don't believe. I don't believe in you calling somebody something that it's not true. It's like I said, don't go around calling me a scammer if I did not scam you. If
mhm,
I didn't scam you, then you have no right to call me that.
right.
Just because one person said I'm missing this item, why couldn't she have talked to me and told me what it was
Because,
missing instead of her blocking
well,
completely?
because honestly, behind the scenes, I think what was going on is that I'm going to ask you this question: did you
Okay.
stop helping my suegra prior to the scamming issue or whatever issues that happened?
Yes.
Okay, if you stopped helping her before, ella no metió las manos por ti. As a matter of fact, I think she probably stirred the pot behind your back.
And I did, like you said, I've listened to your conversations and your shows and everything, and like you said, I stood up for her big time, all the time. And one thing I did, and I do want to apologize, is to Frank, because in one show I did say that I thought that Frank was in love with Ophelia. Guess what? I was wrong. Ophelia is in love with him, and she's not gonna let go. She's gonna make his life miserable like crazy.
Right.
And I know that Ophelia's gonna come after me with all this bullshit that I said, but it's okay. But this will be the last time I'm going to talk about it, like that, because you know what, she did me no good. She robbed me more than anything else. She robbed the friendship that I gave her.
she took advantage of you, and I don't understand, Mira Carmen. I don't understand if you're a single parent, if or I don't know about your personal life, right? But I feel that a lot has to do that she takes advantage of these elderly ladies on the peacocks, or some of them are on disability or SSI, some of them have mental issues, whatnot. That's what she targets.
Well, see, I mean, when I first picked up the show, I picked up the shows. I picked up Frank's show, and they were talking about Vanessa. And I
Mm-hmm.
said, well, what the hell's going on? And then a fella came in. When I started with with everybody, it was when they were starting to fight, when they were going to have that reunion last year. And so then I stuck with the fella, and I stuck with the fella. Then that's when I heard you came around. Like 3 months prior to everything, I started listening to you and hearing what you were saying, and Ophelia found out that I was listening to you. And she
Right.
already had warned me once to stop. And that was another thing she had told me that night, that the day I talked to her, she told me, I told you not to be listening to him.
Right.
And I told her, you're not going to tell me what to do. I
Right.
not once did I ever give her support money, and she knew it. And she told me the only thing I gave her was Tupperware. And
Right.
only because it was the exchange. She told us that that's the exchange. That's why Hopi, is always on her shows because Hopi sends her jingle jewelry.
Right. So I have a question for you. The value of Tupperware that you send her, how much do you think it's equivalent to?
About 400, 500.
$500 within
Mm-hmm.
a less than a year. Es que, Carmen, tú también, you have to realize that this lady was just, te estaba picando los ojos.
Yeah,
And what I don't understand is because she brainwashes everybody and she has everybody fighting their battles and she manipulates people y les mete cosas en la cabeza que no son verdades. And then at the end of the day, once again there's nothing coming in, she just kicks you to the curb, she kicks you to the wolf y ya dale como tú puedas.
right, right. But the thing is, Jaime, that you gotta figure out, mira, if I gave her a cake stand, that was over 60 bucks, and then I still had to mail it to her. And
Mm-hmm.
and that was just for something that she would, like put my advertisement every once in a while.
Right.
And then it came out to where it wasn't just her; it was her and Angie, right? So I started sending to her and Angie stuff, and
What?
so again, I was paying postage and everything. But when she stopped doing my advertising, it was because I stopped sending stuff. But it was coming out too expensive for me. Like
Right.
I wasn't making the pickups were there, yeah, for us, and some of your banks were there for us, and everybody was there.
Right.
But when she started her bullshit, started saying stories about me and everything, then my business went down completely. I lost it all.
Right.
That in my Avon business. I have Avon too, and I've been into this. And have I scammed somebody? No. Bring somebody that tells me I scammed them for real.
I was going to ask you a quick question, and not because, Roser came up into the subject that I know you probably mentioned as a backstabber and stuff. How did they convince you she was a backstabber? In what way did, and what picture did my suegra paint to you all about her?
The day that they did the video when Ophelia admitted that she did the video, the clipping, and Rosa was sitting in the car in the suburban or whatever they were in. They had just finished dinner or lunch,
Hmm.
and Ophelia Painter kept saying, she's lying, she's backstabbing you. And Ophelia Moreno kept saying no, and kept saying, and then Rosa was on the phone, and she would look in her phone, and she would tell Ophelia, tell him. And then Ophelia Painter kept saying, she's lying. And so that's how we found out that Rosa was lying. But all the time, I've always gone through what Ophelia Painter would say, that she was a liar, right? And so I left it like that.
Right.
But I've never communicated with Rosa. I've seen her once or twice in the Christ show. I've got nothing to say as a woman. The woman has never said anything about me. She probably doesn't even know who I am.
Right.
And so, there's nothing I got to say about her.
Right.
And I know that Ophelia Moreno said today that she's going to think about resetting the trial again to make Rosa spend more money. Yeah. She wants to make Rosa go back to court, to spend another couple of $100. I don't know what they're doing. But the argument between them two, I'm not getting in, you
Right.
know. And Frank needs to get involved in that argument, not me. That's not my business.
Hmm.
But that's how I figured maybe she was lying because Ophelia Painter is the one that made it picture to us that
Right.
she was lying all along.
Right.
But then when stories started coming out, I knew that Ophelia Moreno was lying.
Right.
And throughout the conversations that we've always had, I've been with Ophelia Moreno for almost 7, 8 months.
Hmm.
And through that time, Jaime, it's always been lies after lies, and I was picking them up and picking them up because I was listening to your show, I was listening to Frank's show, and putting all the conversations together. And I said, well, what the hell? This woman is lying to people.
Hmm.
And then that's when I started figuring out what it's about the money. And so I stopped sending her the stuff. So she started being, telling me stuff and doing that stuff. And I said all along it was all about the money.
Right.
And she don't
And the
listen.
thing is, mira, ahorita que está struggling the mayor, I don't know how the mayor's going to do it to send her the money that every month she's requiring to pay her.
Well, I'm gonna say something, and I probably might be mad, but I'm gonna tell you something. Denise does not send money. Denise doesn't have the money to send.
So why doesn't she kick her out?
Because there's too many of us. Well, there no, not too many of us because I'm not a peacock anymore. There's too many peacocks. I mean, she's got over almost what 400 or 500, and if somebody doesn't send, she's not gonna miss it because she would have to go down the list every day to see
Mm-hmm.
who's sending and who's not.
So
And
how bad has her peacocks group fallen apart?
they, I say 50% of the peacocks are gone.
Right.
She's got new people. 50% of the peacocks are gone. And that's been through the 7 months that I've been around. Since Rosa started, all this bullshit and everything, they all started all this stuff. The peacocks out of the peacocks left
Right.
because they didn't want nothing to do with it. And
Right.
then, of course, it's the money. Where she keeps insisting the money. She keeps insisting the money. If it's not one thing, it's almost, I don't even watch her show anymore, Jaime, because if I was to watch it at the very beginning, I can tell you what it's going to be about.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, I mean, I can tell you, that day that when she came in crying, I knew that it was going to be about a bill. Some
Right.
kind of bill it was
It's a
going to be about.
pattern. It's every first and the third, before the first, on the 29th or the 30th, she's crying or she has that serious face que quiere llorar because
Mm-hmm.
she knows the following day va a caer el chequecito. That whole week anda con la cara de limosnera de pediche because she knows that she's gonna have to figure out a way for people to have sympathy, que le tengan lástima para que le manden. And when she realized that her money's not coming in anymore, she raised it up to $10 a pop. And to me, it's like I feel bad for these peacocks, to be honest, because they don't seem to comprehend that this person just wants them for their money, not because they're friends, not
And it's
because.
about the money. And like I said, I've got the message for the peacock. Stop sending her your supporter money. I guarantee you won't get picked up. Now, I got one more message, Jaime, please.
Go for it.
Zelda. Zelda put a message, she put a comment today on the show because I did see a Phyllis show. And she put a comment, she said, I told you not to trust her. I felt funny about her. She was talking about me. Okay?
Right.
Well, let me tell you something, Zelda. I met you when you came to San Antonio, and I knew not to trust you. Because one person that comes into the show and tries to be the BFF, because I've been watching you and you've been trying to take over for this show. But let me tell you something, they shouldn't be trusting you because you're the one that sent her all those ugly letters. You're the one that threw the razors. You're the one that's been talking about Ophelia all along. And Ophelia has been trusting you.
Do you think she goes to Ophelia's house to take pictures and stuff to find a different platform to screw her over eventually?
Don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me, Jaime.
Wow.
Don't know. I'm not gonna say yes because then I'd be assuming like the way they're assuming me, right?
Right. Right.
So I'm just telling you that Phil does the things that she can't trust me. Hell, I did nothing to her. And I've got no book out there for them to trust, the way they're trusting her.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll tell you one thing, she came into the picture and right away she was Phil's BFF because right away they made her a moderator. They made her, whatever Rhoda wants, It's a lot of the times I watch her, sometimes I used to watch her for the show and I used to think, wait a minute, what her and Little Birdie say, right away it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Little Birdie is a big picture in her platform.
Who is actually Little Birdie?
I don't know who she is, but I'll tell you one thing, this lady has money.
Mm-hmm.
She has a lot of money.
And I hope one day Little Birdie realizes what she's dealing with, a person who wants the money and wants to milk her, and that's it. No le importa. Of Little Birdie, so supuestamente she was very sick from her stomach. She really didn't care. I mean, a person who's going to say, oh, I'm going to pray for you and I'm going to do this. How are you going to go pray with somebody when you're working with witchcraft, when you're working to have
Well,
somebody.
look what happened to Alma. Alma needed the money, and the better way she said no, that she doesn't need it because she's in the hospital.
Wow.
When they were trying to help her because she had to take out or whatever those boils.
Tacotes.
Right. When she had those boils, they didn't want to help her, but they didn't want to help her because she didn't need the money. She
Right.
did the money because when she came out, she was going to need all those dressings and everything for herself.
Right. Y como quiera no le ayudó, regardless.
Right, right. And see, this was the second time because one time came out that she needed a tooth to be pulled. And everybody put in money para que le sacaran la muela. They took her to Mexico and they took out her muela. Then
Right.
this was the second time, and out of the peacocks were saying, no, we already helped her once, we can't help her again. And one thing that I didn't like was that when Christmas came around and what was that, it's Thanksgiving, Easter, whatever, that she made all these fundraisers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
The peacocks were the ones that gave her the money, but yet she chose who the items were going to go to.
Right.
And that wasn't fair for anybody because, I mean, it's like Christmas. She gave us those bikes, and I sent her a message. I mean, I feel I cannot deny it. I sent her a message and told her, can I have one of the bikes for my grandkids? And she told me it came out cheaper for you to buy it
Right.
after I had given her all those items,
Wow.
you know?
So she was
So,
very selective on who she gave those bikes to. I knew
yeah,
that she went to Bronzeville to give some bikes to these ladies who she buys food stamps from. And the reason I know she buys food stamps from this lady is because that lady is very close friends to one of my followers. And that
well,
lady.
I'll tell you one thing. One of them backstabbed her. I wanted to backstabbing her. That's what I know.
Mhm.
So,
So, what more or less money do you think is coming in now? Almost $200, $300 a month for her?
probably so.
Wow.
There isn't very many more.
Yeah,
No, maybe
because
only 50.
before casi que llegaba a los 1,500,
Exactly.
1,600, no?
Exactly.
So,
Thousands, maybe 1,200 she was making
yeah,
when I came in.
and now
And
she's at
like,
200, 300 maybe.
she's not making very much money. And I talk to the peacocks and I tell them, you know what, don't give her any money because if you give her money, all you're gonna do is just make her think that she's shining and she's not shining.
Right.
And then she says, when I really believe what you say, what you do wrong, it falls back on you. Well, guess what, Ophelia? You say that you're not monetizing on your shows because they took that away from you. Guess what? You took away my Tupperware. And now, because I wasn't making money, I feel that she's not making any money now.
Yeah, por ojete, pretty much.
Yeah.
Por ojete, por ser malagradecida because you gave her so much. And I said again, she didn't stand up for you the way she was supposed to. And then she kicked you to the wolves. She did the same thing with Laura. She did the same thing with Mara Reynoso. And right now she's praising John Allen. And it's a different subject, but John Allen hablado chingos de mierda de ella, and I have the receipts. So I is the type of person that will go with somebody, even if the person has talked so much shit about her. Like right now, she's with Belda, and Belda has talked so much shit about her, pero porque Belda le atasca, porque Belda le
Right.
da, she's okay with it. Habla toda la mierda que quieras de mí, como quiera me vas a dar mis $10 al mes, no hay pedo.
Well, the bottom line is that I do want to clear it that I am not a scammer, like I said, and I hate for somebody to put a label on me that you really don't know who I am. A lot of people, when she was talking today, a lot of people said, I knew she was this, I knew she was that. No, you don't know because you never talked to me.
Right,
You've never gone close to me to talk to me to know who I am.
right,
I'm a very good person and I'm a very nice person. I can talk to you and I can take care of you. But if you
hmm,
backstab me, you know what? I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna wait. I waited. This is her third time that Bella did this to me, and that's the reason why I wanted to clear is to make sure to let everybody know I didn't scam anybody. Everybody just put a label on me, and
right.
because of that, I lost my Tupperware business, and I want to bring it back.
Well,
And Ophelia
I'm
makes it.
gonna look into a way to help you bring it back. I will share your Tupperware business on my page. I don't have an issue with that. Like I said, if people want to purchase from you, great. I can't force anybody, but I will be generous enough to share it on my page and help you in that aspect.
Even if they share it, Jaime, that's helping me because I'm spreading out.
Right.
That'll help me. If you don't have the money, I understand. Like you said, time is hard right now for everybody.
Hmm.
And if you can't buy, that's fine, but share for me, and I really would appreciate it.
No, I
But
will figure out a way to help you out. I know that we
but my
know.
bottom line is that to finish my conversation is like I said to the peacock, the ones that are not friends of mine, look what you're doing. Stop paying her money and listen to what Jaime is saying, because Jaime is saying the truth. If you listen to him, it takes you a week just to listen to his conversations, and I promise you will turn because you will realize that Jaime is saying the truth.
Right.
You know.
Well, thank you, Carmen. I appreciate for calling in and for speaking facts and speaking the truth.
No, I just say the truth. And I know that Jose is going to come back at me, And I really don't care because you know what? Her damage has already been done. So I really don't care what
Pero
she
no hay
does
ningún
now.
problema. We'll figure out a way to get your business running. And I'm not gonna ask for Tupperware. I'm not gonna ask for anything to promote your business. I think it's wrong to be doing that, especially to small businesses like yours that are trying to grow. And at the end of the day, you would buy your medications with that, or you would pay a light bill, or you would pay
Right.
something with that. And at the end of the day, esta mujer no tiene corazón. She doesn't have a heart because obviously she kicked you to the curb when she realized that she wasn't making money off of you.
That is true. Well,
Hmm.
I appreciate it very much, Jaime, for the time that you gave me.
De nada.
I'm sorry I took so long.
No, it's okay. I mean, you wanted to vent out, great. No hay ningún problema. Send me the link to the page, and I will be working on sharing it tonight. Por favor.
I thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me. God bless y'all, and give me a chance. That's all I'm asking.
Okay, Carmen. Thank you for calling and appreciate it. Thank
You
you.
have a good night.
Likewise. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
So, guys, that was Carmen Escamilla, guys. She called in. She gave us a little bit of what was going on behind the scenes with the peacocks. We have really hurt my suelita's pocket, which is great. Something that I'm trying to accomplish, and it's a team effort, guys. Even if I go by myself on the platform right now to speak about it, I have a lot of support from you guys. I had 175 people watching right now, but it was a great support. It means that we're working together as a team. It's not about me, guys. It's not about myself. It's about trying to make these peacock understand that this person is an evil person. This person is full of hate. This person is a very vindictive person. This person has gone after children, little kids, Frank's little kids, and it sucks when she's putting little kids out there. At the end of the day, she placed my mother out there. My mother doesn't have a platform. My mother doesn't have social media. My mother doesn't have any of that. So a mí no me importa. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate the super chat. And I'll say it again, guys, that we need to move in the right direction. I'm not gonna address shit with her. I'm not gonna address anything directly to her because that's, for me, it's not, we're not gonna be able to accomplish shit like that. If I'm gonna talk to my suerita and try to address shit with her, it's like talking to the fucking wall. I'm not gonna get the answers that I want. I'm not gonna see any type of, I guess, good feedback from it. But if I address these shows directly to the peacocks every day, try to make them understand one way or another, get the message across, then maybe like that we'll start seeing more productive things coming our way, which we have. Where she's lost almost more than half of 50% of these peacocks. Um, and we've heard her budget a lot. Do you think paparazzi jewelry lady will be next to see the light? I hope she's next to see the light because obviously she had Didi Garcia in the past who would send her a lot of jewelry, a lot of jewelry, and she screwed over Didi. Cuando Didi ya no le mandó jewelry, she talked shit about Didi on her show, saying that she was the one making me the memes and all this shit. And she talked so much shit about her, which is not even true. Didi and I, we still communicate. She had gone through surgery on her knee and stuff like that, but she's doing her own shit right now. She's not even participating in these platforms. So a lot of these shit that my sweater's saying out there and accusing so many people, it's like right now she's probably live and saying, "Oh, Quachento is commenting on my live when I'm here live with you guys." She always has a tendency of saying and yelling and all of a sudden sa and all this other stuff. But again, guys, we're going to continue doing this movement and trying to address these issues the right way, trying to get the message across, and trying to continue to do what's right. Thank you, Diana, for the super chat. We're going to celebrate your birthday. So are we gonna? Yes, we're gonna celebrate my birthday in San Antonio. I do want to have a little. I guess if anybody would want to come join me here on Thursday here at Applebee's, guys, to say hi, whatever, I'll be here at 7 o'clock or 6:30 at Applebee's in Westico, my spot all the time. If the Peacocks want to come and got them el palo, they can't do it, guys. And but on Friday I will be going to San Antonio. Thank you for the super chat, I appreciate it. And I was gonna ask you guys, and from the bottom of my heart, if y'all would like to help me out. I know Ram's gonna be taking me. Ram was able to get the rooms as well. What is the Peacock Tupperware page? I'm going to promote it on my Facebook right now. And I'm going to ask you guys if y'all could help me out with whatever you want, $5, $10, to be able to have a little bit of money for myself to spend. Si quieren. Again, no one's obligated. If y'all want to help me out, great. If y'all don't want to do it, no hay pedo. But I appreciate it. Maybe I could meet Carmen over there in San Antonio. And maybe I could do a Facebook Live with her on my page, and we'll do the Tupperware. Maybe I could help her out in that aspect, guys. A lo mejor we could do a Tupperware show. Ruby, your suegra said she wants to throw you a surprise party at her junkyard. I passed, Danny. I passed that. So again, guys, if y'all want to send me money to Cash App Jaime Pretty 200, se los agradezco todo corazón. Whatever it is, thank you. I appreciate it. Hasta mañana. God bless you all. Que Dios los bendiga a cada uno de ustedes. Los quiero mucho. Y que Dios los cuide. Love you guys.